Hello and welcome to Perspectives. We're doing a special series of shows for Ramadan. Purpose to have a clearer, better understanding of what my personal conduct should be. It is very easy to sit and discuss what the government should do, what the ulama should do, what the scholars should do, what religious leaders should do, what ministers should do, what bureaucracy should do. But we never stop to ask what I should do, what my community should do, what is my responsibility towards the community. Another topic which is important today for me is the perception globally that Pakistanis in particular and Muslims in general are harsh to the women. My personal belief and understanding is that Islam gives women, we very defensively say that Islam gives women freedom and Islam gives women rights and Islam gives women protection. I don't know of any religion which does not give women rights or protection. But Islam gives women opportunities. That's my understanding. And I think maybe we have failed to present that case to the world. That Islam, when we say, is a complete religion, it is beyond all religions in our belief. Then also for women, it is beyond all religions. It does give women the opportunity. There are two things I'd like to talk about. My guests, a great honor. On my right, Mr. Shabbir Hassan Maisami Sahab. Shabbir Sahab, thank you very much for taking time out. On my left, again, a great honor, Mr. Mohammed Bukhari Sahab. Thank you very much for taking time out. Maisami Sahab, I start with you. Last time we were talking, you mentioned Uswa Hassana. And that is my conduct towards the society, towards my family, towards my neighbor, my street, my neighborhood, my city, my country, and the world. Every Ramadan I miss one of my teachers, Mr. Hafiz Hassan Sahab, and he used to say this phrase that, Fard se qaum, qaum se mulk, mulk se millat. So the individual makes a country makes a people, and a people make the ummah Muslimah. And he says, as long as the fard looks like you, things are not looking good. So what is the fard, the individual's responsibility towards the society, especially in the month of Ramadan, where this is a month where I have time to focus in on myself? Sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If we try to understand from Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu alaykum anfusakum. O believers, be careful about your own self. La yadhurru man dhalla idha ihtadaytum. If others are going misguided, but if you have taken the guidance and you have applied it on yourself, then you don't have to be upset. This is a personal formula given by Islam, that first try to improve yourself. Once you improve yourself, then you can go ahead and try to improve others. In philosophy, it is said that a person who is not having a thing cannot give it to others. If I don't have my akhlaq or character or ethics, I cannot pass it to others.
So if I may interject, we've had these discussions over and over again, repeatedly, and I agree. Correct myself, then better others. But between me and others comes the environment. And I'll give you a very rude example maybe. I am clean. I do my wuzu. I go for my namaz. I would fix myself. I would make sure others are doing it right. But all around the mosque is filth. All around that does not even figure into our discussion. Our discussion is, I'm clean, you're clean, but in the process of you and I being clean, the whole city is filthy. So between me and you, we have forgotten the environment. So what's my responsibility to that? I mean, we live in a city that, in Karachi, there's piles and piles of filth and garbage and sewage. And as a Muslim, what's my responsibility?
I would like to quote the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, An-nazafatu min al-iman. That the cleanliness is from your iman, is part of your iman. I think it covers the whole story.
But we take it as my personal cleanliness.
Yeah.
Whereas cleanliness means your personal, your house, your town, your city, your country, your world.
I'll give another rude example. So we would go for wudu.
And then you go for the destruction
and
of pollution.
while we have washed ourselves,
Yeah.
we have made the whole place filthy.
Yeah. So this is again this hadith. No? This is again the hadith because an-nazafatu, cleanliness from iman is part of iman. It doesn't mean that it applies on an individual and it does not apply on the society. But if I'm clean, I should try to make clean my society as well. Whether this is a place, whether this is whether the people are there, we must do like Prophet ﷺ, Salim ala man tarif wa lam tarif. You must say salam to a person whom you know or whom you don't know. This is the hadith of the Prophet. It doesn't mean that I should salam only to those who I know.
Sure.
So this is the example, and that's why the cleanliness is obligatory on all Muslims. And when we say obligatory, it means if I am clean, if I am good, I should make other people like Maisami said. If I am good, then I will be able to give good to other people. In the same way, if I am clean, then I will give cleanliness to other people. And it applies to the physical cleanliness also and the spiritual cleanliness. Spiritual cleanliness also, because spiritual is also very necessary. If my inner self is pure, is clean, then my inner self will reflect. And whatever I'm saying, the other person will accept it. Otherwise, I would like to quote the saying of the Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti Rahmatullah Alayh, that once he met some religious from other person, and he said, Khwaja, I see your heart is very clean, but I can see a doubt in your heart. So Muhyiddin Chishti Rahmatullah Alayh said, oh, this doubt is you because you are looking into my mirror, so this doubt is you. So he was also a spiritual person, and so he realized, and at the same time he embraced Islam. So if my inner self is clean and pure, then only I will be able to make other people clean, make my society clean, make the whole country clean, in both sense, physically also and spiritually also. And this has become our habit as Pakistani in our society, that we will like to clean our house, our veranda. Then we will take the garbage, this bag, and throw it outside our door, and we don't bother. This is quite un-Islamic. This is quite un-Islamic because Prophet says that if you remove thorn from the way, you are paying sadaqah. So what if we keep a big heap of thorns in the way? So you think Prophet Islam will be pleased with us? No, never. Because the Quran is full with the human rights. And this is also human rights. I should not make other people bother. I should not make other people and put them in trouble. And putting people in trouble, and these are all things that putting garbage, telling them something bad, always in a bad mood. These are quite un-Islamic. Prophet say you just smile for other people, Allah will give you reward. Okay? If you say salam, Allah will give you reward.
Whether the person replies or not is irrelevant.
Reply or not reply,
your responsibility is what you do.
This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility. I must say. And the person who says first, he is more reward. This is according to hadith. And unfortunately, this is not applied in our society, but rather whenever we see a person whom we know, we just try to avoid that place, that way. We will take another way. This is our habit. But if you go to Europe and American countries, I'm sorry to say, the person, he knows you or not, whether he is a male or female, if he or she coming in your way, he will say hi. He will say salam.
That's a salam.
This is Islamic. So we have given up all those good things, and the other people have taken.
We stopped smiling at each other.
We stopped smiling. We are always like we are in tension, we are in trouble, and we are not in trouble, but we just want to prove that. It's sort of in the light of Sharia, it's sort of proud. If you don't give a smile, if you don't talk politely, and if you are not good with people, this is a sort of proud.
Bukhari has raised a very interesting point. When I started doing television some years ago, there was a time when I'm not saying anything good about myself, but I just speak in a certain way. I can't raise my voice. And there was a time when people used to say that he is fake. And I was sick. I mean, in this society, if you scream and misbehave, that is good.
Really.
If you don't, people say you're a fraud. Where has that come from in a society? The examples Bukhari has given are beautiful, perfect. We're supposed to be polite. We're supposed to be courteous. We're supposed to be welcoming. We're supposed to be gentle. And if you and over here, if you are opposite that, you're praised, and if you are that, you're condemned. What has happened?
So, Faisal, if you go in depth, we'll observe that the main problem is that people are facing a lot of problems in the society. Joblessness, you don't have proper food for your children, electricity problem is there. All these things have changed the psyche of Pakistani people altogether. Whereas, excuse me,
I don't agree with that.
Just give me. Whereas, if we look at Pakistan, it is blessed with best fruits, minerals, gas, even petroleum, human resources.
We have no issues.
We don't have any issues. Only problem is that there is a difference between the people and these things. People are not getting it properly. People are frustrated. And once Hazrat Imam Salam asked someone that, you know why that person is going out of Islam? Because he is hungry. And anyone who provides him with food, he will take his religion. So why don't you provide him with the food so that he takes your religion, comes out of hunger? Our basic problem at the moment is neither our education is ethical, neither our professions are ethical, neither our systems are ethical.
But my opposition, Mr. Maisami, is that it doesn't matter what the situation is, because alhamdulillah, our situation is not as bad as some countries who really have it bad.
Maybe. I don't say no.
Well, even if they're really bad, as Muslims.
Right. I agree with you.
As Muslims, it does not justify my rudeness. It does not justify... Okay, let me take it, complicate it slightly. In the richest of locality, people driving the most expensive cars.
Then it becomes the rudeness.
And whether it's poor or rich, whether it's... And it's what's happened to our politeness? What's happened? And we would condemn. Oh, the Westerners say hi. It's bad. At least they're saying hi. Have the courtesy to say hi. At least we have gotten caught up in these things, but we've forgotten general courtesy. So I don't blame these situations. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
But what I would like to say that if a harmony is created in the society, if people get equal chance, why people in West are so polite? Why? They're speaking nicely. Usually I have observed that my brother in Australia, I have told him that really when I come over here, I feel that they have the spirit of Islam, although they are not Muslims. But why we don't have that? Because of the frustrations. There they have the social security system. There they have the jobs. There they have a very harmonious society. Hardly any policeman you can see in Australia. Why? In New Zealand, it was difficult to listen to a horn or a hooting from a car. Why? Because they have the facilities, brother, believe me or not. If our people get these facilities, they are going to be much better people, inshallah ta'ala, because they are intelligent people. Once they go out to other countries, just an example of Dubai. Here, I'll break my signal, road signal, but if I'm in Dubai, in Canada, in America, I will not dare to overspeed. Maybe because of the rules and regulations, maybe because everyone is going according to the law. So the frustration has created a very, very deep hole in our characters. Thanks to media also, it shows a lot of shouting, a lot of rudeness, and then people think that if you don't do that, you don't have the power.
That I agree with. That part I agree with, but I still don't justify it.
Okay, it's your idea, it's my perspective.
I think Allama Iqbal said, बातें तुंदिया बातें मुखालिफ से न घबराए का ये तो उड़ती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए.
Hardships are there to take you higher.
And if we talk about hardship, what about during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, when someone said, "I'm hungry for 3 days"?
No, that is unfair.
No. Prophet said, the person said, Sahabi said, "I'm hungry for 3 days." So just Prophet, he raised his kurta and he saw the stone were there. He said, I'm also. So those were the very harsh days, but they worked, and at a time when Muslims were very good. So I think Pakistan, despite all these problems, Pakistan has a lot of bounties. We have a lot of fruits.
Allow me to interrupt just one quick second. So maybe Pakistan has all the problems where you justify the rudeness. The Muslim world does not have problems. We're one of the richest people in the world.
That's right.
Yet we are rude.
No, I'll prove. I can prove it for you.
Even the rich Muslim countries. I'm
I
sorry,
don't name the countries.
Forget the name. We're not going to create a diplomatic crisis here. But even the rich countries, they're very rude
because we don't apply the rules of Islam. That's all.
That's
very simple. Very simple.
That I fully agree with.
You inculcate the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hearts of the people, the hearts become soft. Once the heart becomes softened, you respect every creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even the fly. But because the hearts have hardened up, especially this is my Ramadan, I feel that the heart should get softened. When you are hungry, you feel that there is a difference in your own self. Hardness of the heart has been softened. You care for other people. You respect other people. When it's time for iftar, you try to give iftar. You just come out on the roads and you see how people force you to take the iftar. If that spirit continues and that love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is inculcated in our heart, believe me, not only Karachi or Pakistan, the whole world is going to be a very blessed.
Okay. You talked about inner cleanliness a little while ago. That inner cleanliness would protect me from the filth around me. And this has been said many a time, and this is a controversial topic, but I would like you to touch it quite delicately. We are accused of locking away our women. And a lot of our people justify it by saying that because women can tempt men, that is why they should be locked away. And other people say, well, the men should learn to behave better. So from what you said about the messengers, I was already smiling on this one. When you say inner cleanliness, if I'm clean from within, the environment, the condition, the frustration, and the woman, if she is a temptress, should not really awaken anything evil out of me. Yet it does. So is it really that fault of that or fault of me? And who should be penalized? That or me? Well, I'll take that after a short break. Let's take a short break. Thanks, Davis. You're watching Perspectives. Sir, the question is slightly tricky, and I request you to answer it delicately.
I would like to tell you that this is not the Islamic teaching that women should be locked inside. This is one thing. This is our local tradition, local culture that we lock the women. One thing. We say women is the reason of tempting the men. But on the contrary, we can say men also is the reason of
tempting women.
Because if women is attractive for me, then the man is attractive for women also. It is for the both sides. Sure. So why not the men should be locked inside?
And they should be allowed to be free.
They should be allowed to free. So this is not justification. You see, this is not justification.
But this is what we use.
This is due. This is our local system. This is our custom.
Nothing to do with Islam.
Nothing to do with Islam. Definitely. You know, Aisha radiallahu anha, she preached Islam for 48 years. And all the matters which were dealing with the families inside house were narrated by her, mostly narrated by her. Otherwise, we would have never known what happened inside. So,
so she was interacting with men.
yeah, she was interacting with men. There are certain rules because it's
no one is questioning the confines of the religion.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it is not an Islamic thing.
It's not Islamic. It is quite un-Islamic.
That's Maisami.
I would like to speak in a different way. I feel women has been insulted in the West by making them a piece of advertisement.
Absolutely.
With the less clothing and the topless style of moving and making them dolls. It's complete humiliation of women. Whereas Islam says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna al-Mu'mineen wal-Mu'minat wal-Muslimin wal-Muslimat wal-Qanitin wal-Qanitat. Quran Majid starts explaining about male and female, says male believers, female believers, male Muslims, female Muslims, male those who take care of themselves, female, goes on and goes on and goes on and says, A'adallahu lahum ajran azima. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for them the great reward. Islam, the dignity and the respect which Islam has given to female has never been given by any religion. I challenge. I'm ready to come on international media, international discussion, and I'm ready to prove it. Neither Christianity, nor Hinduism, nor any religion you go ahead. In Christianity, woman is a part of sin. Why that apple and the Apple computer with a bite? What it shows, that is the sin and the sign of sin. What I would like to say is that the Western people should tell us that why you have started disrespecting women by making them your slaves in a different way.
Yeah, but see, another perspective of this is that is their prerogative, what they do. Hear me out. That's their prerogative, but it is not a reflection on Christianity, because Christianity does not do this.
I haven't blamed Christianity.
No, what I'm saying. Likewise, what we do is on the other extreme, and as Bukhari Sahib said, is not a reflection on Islam, but if they've gone one extreme, we've gone the other extreme.
Mr. Faisal, why so? When it's West, we call it West, and when it comes to us, we call it Islam.
That's thank you. Exactly your point. I agree. Thank you.
Christianity has its own problems. West has its own problems. Islam, Muslims have their own problems. Eastern culture has its own problem. Separate everything and you'll understand, you'll realize that neither Christianity, original Christianity, disrespects human beings.
No religion disrespects human beings.
Right? Neither Islam.
No religion at any stage disrespects any human being.
It's the cultural matter. That in East, we have a specific culture so that the female stays at the home. We don't take them out. And where in West, they take them out fully so that they can...
They're a little too far out. But when you said we don't take them out, that's a cultural thing.
Yes. Absolutely. Islam says if a lady is coming out of her house with the permission of the person whose permission should have been taken, maybe guardian, or in the male also it's the same thing. And if she's coming out with the dignified, modest dressing which Islam has suggested, she can become a pilot, she can become a judge, she can become a policeman, she's becoming... I'll give you the example of Iran at the moment. In Iran, the spacecraft which is being prepared, females are getting ready to go in it. Why? Because they're in their hijab, that's all. The dignity has to be there, whether it is West or Christianity, whether it is East or Islam. Any women coming out of the house without dignity, any man coming out of the house without dignity, they are creating pollution in the society, whether that pollution is visible or spiritual.
And it's beyond gender.
No doubt.
It applies for both men. So, sir, this whole perception, now this perception is not only in the rest of the world. This perception is also here. Within our own ranks, our friends, we have created this new term called liberal, conservative, secular. Beautiful terms have come up, and they've created massive confusion. And people have actually started saying that Islam within us, Muslims are saying, and Islam is oppressive to it. Oh, Islam is a man's religion. How would you answer that?
I would like to say again that liberalism or any other terminology, these are not Islamic, because Islam has given us a code of life that we have to live according to this code. And in that code, whether man or woman, they are respectfully given their duties. If I say that liberal, and if liberal means to live according to the culture of the West or other
culture of the West, not the religion of the West.
No, culture of the West.
Because the religion of the West has something completely different.
The religion is quite different.
If the religion of the West also, the religion.
Well, the religion in reference to
now
the West.
Muslims are spreading in the West.
But in reference to the West. The government religion.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, very well said. I fully agree.
So, liberalism or freedom doesn't mean that I should go outside and lay down
dancing naked in the street.
No, I dance, or even I lay down in the road. I said I'm free. I do it. That is not a freedom.
You have to conform to the society.
Within the framework, you have freedom, but this freedom is not freedom. That is a that is very much dangerous.
Thank you for raising it. We have to talk about it.
That is very dangerous, you see. So Islam has, because Islam 1400 years before, Quran 1400 years before, but the teachings are there till the day of resurrection. Okay? Till the day of resurrection. So we are guided in all walks of life, and all these methods or sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, or I will say the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is forever. It never changes. It never changes. Like hadith says, yuladul insanu ala fitratil Islam. Man is always born on the nature of Islam. When we say nature of Islam, that is nature of Allah. And nature of Allah, lan tajida li sunnatillahi tabdila. Allah's nature never changes. For example, if I want to fly, I cannot fly, because this is not my nature. Allah has given me to walk, not to fly. So in the same way, liberalism, or I would rather say fundamentalism, all these are terminologies which has nothing to do with the Islam.
Or for that matter, any religion. I do not know of any religion which says go kill somebody. So the fundamentals are there.
Absolutely not.
So education of women. We have gotten a lot of propaganda, a lot of publicity recently that Pakistan is a place where women can't study. We have, unfortunately, bombed girls' schools. We have, in some areas, oppressed women in the name, unfortunately, of Islam. What's Islam's position on all these matters?
It's very, very clear. The hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam very clearly says, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ وَمُسْلِمَةٍ. I think for this day, Prophet had specially separated that gaining ilm or knowledge is compulsory on every male Muslim and every female Muslim.
Clearly defined.
Very clearly defined. Now, what should be the process? How it should be? Maybe through internet, maybe through media, whatever.
Those are the confines of the society, and
there is
the
no limit and no binding. And anyone who is destroying the school, he might be taking the name of Islam, but he has nothing to do with Islam. Similarly, libraries were burnt just few years back. So many libraries were burnt in Iraq by American forces. You mean to say Americans are anti-education? No, there were some people in the forces who have burned them. We won't label the American nation on that. Similarly, there were times when a lot of libraries, madrasas were burnt, destroyed. We don't label the whole society or the whole religion. We label that there are few people who don't like the idea of women education.
Because then they'll start thinking.
This is a problem. Because we are lazy, we men are lazy. So what we think is that if they come out, and today, I'll prove, I'm sorry to introduce my institute,
No,
their
please do,
academy,
sir. Please do.
their academy, it's working in Pakistan, and basically it's trying to educate girls to come out in the field.
Mashallah.
And just yesterday, alhamdulillah, one of our students who had gone to UK for PhD, she has done her PhD.
Mashallah.
What we would like to see is that there should be a positive competition between male and female with dignity and respect.
No argument there.
Nothing.
Sir, what's Islam's position from all perspectives? And then why in our society there is such confusion? To the extent that even parents in cities, educated parents, would spend more effort educating a son and less effort on educating a daughter, saying, oh, she has to get married and raise children and cook food, so why should we waste money? So if they can afford to educate a boy or a girl, they'll educate the boy.
I think boy or girl, they are same in the eyes of Allah. They are same in the eyes of the Prophet ﷺ. And you know, Prophet ﷺ, he has given much respect to the girls. Whenever Fatima radiallahu anha, she used to come to the Prophet, he would stand up. People used to stand up with the Prophet ﷺ, but whenever Fatima radiallahu anha used to come, he would stand up, spread his sheet, and invite her to sit on the sheet. Okay, and Prophet also said, if you have 4 girls, 4 daughters, and you bring them up properly and marry them properly, then paradise is for you. So there are many.
He didn't say that for sons.
Huh?
He didn't say that
not for
daughters.
For daughters. For daughters. So
and today we're killing our daughters.
we are killing our daughters. We are killing our daughters, not in a sense that we are shooting them.
But we're also shooting them.
We are shooting. We are killing them by not educating them.
Killing does not mean that you just cut the throat.
No, but actually we're even doing that. We're actually killing the
That's
girls.
also we are doing.
If we have a son, if we don't have a son, we kill the daughters. And we feel that God has given us a curse, whereas God has given us a way to enter heaven.
Yes, very simple.
Sir.
So we are killing our girls by not educating them properly, by not giving them respect properly, by not giving them proper place in the society, in the home.
Or happiness. We're taking the happiness away.
Right. And you see, nowadays, during the last few years, even in the KPK province, more than 400 girls' schools were destroyed.
Yes, unfortunately.
It means those people were sending their girls to these schools. But these few people, very few people, like we say in Urdu, Aate mein nimak, very few people, they had a problem and they destroyed all this. So there are people in our society, they give proper respect to the girls also, but there are much people who are not giving them proper respect to the girls in a manner that they do not educate them, they do not spend much on them.
But in general, I'm sorry, our society is unfair to women. And I'm saying society, not saying religion. You see advertising. If it's a domestic product advertising, we present the woman as somebody who has to wash dishes and cook food, and there'll be this father-in-law sitting or the mother-in-law sitting and telling the daughter-in-law if she doesn't make the right food. Why don't they do that to the son? Why can't the son cook food at times? So what I'm saying is, generally, broad spectrum statements, thank you, the concept, we have sort of sidelined the women as somebody who's a maid. Even if she's educated, she's a glorified maid.
Yeah.
We do not show women as active participants of society and development.
Here I would like to give my own example.
Please, sir, do.
I have 1 son and 3 daughters.
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. My son has also become a doctor and my daughter also has become a doctor. And the 2 other younger daughters, I've said, whatever profession you want to adopt, you adopt. Gain knowledge, but don't limit yourself to a degree. Go towards PhD, so that the concept of gaining the knowledge is really adopted by you. I think this is a cultural problem. At times, the girls who get married, they have to serve at home, right? Because of the culture, not because of Islam. You know, according to Islamic Sharia, if you open the Islamic laws book of Ayatollah Sistani, Ayatollah Khamenei, they say a husband cannot force. See, this is a fatwa I'm quoting. I don't face problem in my society. The fatwa is that a husband cannot force a wife to do the household chores, whatever you call it.
If she does not want to do it, he can't force her.
If she does not want to do it, but then they quote a hadith. The Prophet said that whosoever serves the other person, male to female or female to male.
Does not say woman to man.
No. Says who is served in the house, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless the house. So you see, we have very, very lively example. A day, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam knocked at the door of Hazrat Fatima sallallahu alaihi, and when the door was opened, he was surprised to see that Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was sitting, and cleaning the dal or whatever you call it, and Hazrat Fatima Zahra salam was sitting. When Prophet entered, he said, "Oh my God, you people have been working since how long? Who is more tired?" Fatima Zahra said, "Ali is more tired." Ali alayhi salam said, "Fatima Zahra." He said, "No, Fatima Zahra, you seem to be more tired. Go, take some rest, I'll do yours." What is this? This shows that working at home is not an insult for men. Rather, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the respected Sahabas of Prophet have shown it in their practical life, that to serve at home is also part of your dignity and your character. What do you want?
What would you add to that, sir?
Yeah, that's right. Because boy or girl, they are the, you may say, blessing from Allah. Huh?
Absolutely.
No discrimination between boys and girls. Like I quoted earlier, the hadith of the Prophet, that there is a much reward for daughter. Because of daughter, much reward. And even when he was asked that among the parents, who is more deserved to be served? Thrice Prophet said, mother, mother, mother. Then he said, father. So women, whether in shape of mother, sister, daughter or wife, they had been given a lot of respect by laws, by practical life of the Prophet.
And rights, just respect or rights?
Rights.
Because we conveniently say they have respect, so we're going to protect them and put them away.
No, rights. Rights are there. Of course, rights are there. Because among the, if you say human rights, then these rights come first. So they have been given much rights by the Prophet, by the example, and by when we see into the Quran also mentioned, like Maisami have said, that male, female both. Sure. So I would like to say that we should not mix our local culture with the teaching of Islam. If we want to become Muslim and real Muslim, we will give and we must give rights to the girls, to the mothers, to the daughters.
Without that, we're not going to.
Without that, we will be answerable in the eyes of Allah. We are going to be answerable. And this is not a small sin. This is a big sin. This is a big sin. If you make any human being in trouble, any human being in trouble.
So any closing notes before we end?
Closing notes is that everyone is going to go in his grave. He has to get prepared and he has to answer whether Imam Jafar Sadiq said that be ready to answer. If you have done anything wrong with those who are under your hands, you have to answer on the day of judgment. Someone asked, who are under our hands? He said, your wife and your children. If you compel them for wrong things, due to respect, they don't talk to anyone else, but they pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help us. So it's my Ramadan. Let's clarify our souls, our spirit, and get ready to respect and give rights to those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given.
I would like to add one thing about women.
Please.
Prophet alayhi salatu salam said, he addressed the companion. He said, I got two things from your world. Prophet said, one is woman, the other is good smell. He said, this is hadith. So, he just mentioned it. But there is a very great lesson for us, that just because of women, girl, daughter, wife or mother, we are to respect this female in all these shapes. Mother, we have to respect it because Prophet said, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdam al-Ummahat, the paradise lies under the feet of the mother. This is not very, it's not a small thing.
Sensitive to your words and also on the media. You have to respect them. You don't have to bring them in ways which are disrespectful.
Agreed.
So in the same way, we find all these examples from the Prophet's life. Daughter, we know how much he had respect for daughter. Wife, how much he had. Even with Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha, he spent much of time. But after when he spent with Aisha radiallahu anha, so he used to play with her, and he used to talk with her, and sometimes she used to play with the dolls, and he will also participate. Just to make them happy, just to realize them that whatever you are doing, that is, I am with you, and this is not a bad thing. So, in short, I would like to say that women in all these shapes, Islam gives great respect to these people.
So, thank you so much for taking the time out. Very kind. One thing I'd like to add here, I hope I'm not out of line. Yes, we have to respect mothers, sisters, daughters, not just our own, everyone's. Not just my mother, but your mother too. A mother is a mother. A sister is a sister. A daughter is a daughter. A wife is a wife. We have to treat and respect people for people. We have to respect and honor other people's rights, opinions, ideas, ideologies. We have to, for God's sake, start talking. Open your mind. I am not, na'uzubillah, the word of God. I am not the kulli akhir. I do not know everything. If I do not listen to other people's opinions, how would I ever learn anything? Please open your hearts and minds and become better people. Inshallah, till next time. Amen.